Here are my 2026 offseason predictions for the New York Yankees. I'm going to let you in on who I think the Yankees are going to go after this offseason, 1, and 2, towards the end of the video, I'm going to let you know who's actually going to sign here. So before we get into that, if you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. So first things first, we have to address the elephant in the room. In my opinion, the New York Yankees, and this isn't something crazy to say, they're going to make a run at Kyle Tucker, and how can you not? Kyle Tucker last year, yes, he had a down season for himself, but Kyle Tucker last season hit .266 with 22 home runs, 841 OPS, and a 143 OPS plus. Now, you could say that that's a down year. You could say that Cody Bellinger had a better year. Well, Kyle Tucker at home at Wrigley Field in 66 games hit .236 with a 747 OPS. That's kind of similar to what Cody Bellinger did at Wrigley Field. Cody struggled at Wrigley Field in 2024. That did not scare the Yankees away from going and trading for him. In fact, the Yankees went and traded for him, and the guy was basically a 30-homer, 100 RBI guy. Now with Tucker, what did he do on the road? Just a big difference. Hit .292, 15 homers, 47 RBI with a 923 OPS. That's the Kyle Tucker, in my opinion, that the Yankees would get. That's the version of Kyle Tucker that the Yankees would get if they do sign him to a long-term deal. Now, I get it. I understand. Cody Bellinger plays an exceptional left, an exceptional right. You could maybe put him in center field. In my opinion, he's not the best center fielder. Defensive run saved, outs above average. It backs that up. Those stats back that up. And also over there at first base, he only played in 26 innings last year for the Yankees over there at first base. So if you're going to sign a corner outfielder, why not go and get the best? And Kyle Tucker is the best. Now, he might cost you a lot. He might cost you a 10 to 12 year deal for $400 or $420 million. That's what he may get. I don't think he's going to get 5. I really don't. But he's going to get a lot of money. Now, if you sign him for like $427 million for 12 years, I know that's a lot. That brings him to age 40. However, he's a left-handed bat. He's an excellent bat. He's a top 10 bat in the sport. I think he's worth it, and I believe his AAV would come down to like $33 million per year. Not bad. Not bad for Kyle Tucker. I think he should be the move for the Yankees, but are they going to do it? I'll let you know a little later. But here's what I think the Yankees are going to do about one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. I think the New York Yankees are going to call up the Pirates about Paul Skenes. Now, you might call me crazy and say, oh my gosh, why do you think the Yankees are going to call the Pirates on Paul Skenes? The Yankees already have. They did it towards the deadline. They called the Pirates on Skenes. The Yankees started off the conversation with George Lombard and Spencer Jones. The Pirates giggled and said, we're not looking to move him right now, but thanks for the offer. I think Brian Cashman is going to be a little aggressive, and he's going to go and do it again. That's just my opinion. He's going to go and try to make that splash again. So don't be shocked if you hear it in the rumor mill. Or if you get confirmation from Yankees beat writers or a John Heyman or Jeff Passan that the New York Yankees and the Pittsburgh Pirates are talking about a Paul Skenes deal. I think it could very well happen. Do I think the Yankees get him? I'll let you know a little later. But I also think the Yankees are going to explore the option of Bo Bichette. Now, Bo Bichette last year hit .311 for the Toronto Blue Jays, 18 homers, 94 RBI with an 840 OPS. Statistically, over the course of his career, Bo Bichette has been one of the better hitters in Major League Baseball. Let's go back to 2021, his first full season in the league. Yes, he played in the COVID year, played in 29 games, but 2021, Bo Bichette led the league in hits with 191, had 30 doubles, 29 homers. He hit .298. In 2022, he hit .290. 2023, he hit .306. 2024, got hurt, played in 81 games, hit .225. That was like the outlier year, the outlier bad year for Bo. This past year, he hits .311, and he has the clutch gene. He performed in the World Series for the Blue Jays. The Yankees are going to explore him. But we'll see if they're going to sign him. He's going to cost you a lot of money too, but they are going to explore that option. And don't tell me, oh, he's not a good shortstop. He's not a good shortstop. You might as well keep Anthony Volpe there. He's not a good shortstop. He's one of the worst defensive shortstops in baseball. Well, analytically, according to the defensive run saved, that's above average. The numbers that you're going by to judge Bo Bichette, you have to use those same numbers to judge one of the best Yankees of all time in Derek Jeter. Jeter's one of my favorite players ever. Him and Mariano, Andy Pettitte, those are my guys. Derek Jeter, statistically, according to defensive run saved, according to outs above average, was one of the worst defensive shortstops ever. But he's a 5-time world champion. Do not let Bo Bichette's defense scare you in not signing him. He's that good of a hitter. Will the Yankees do it? We'll see. But he's going to probably cost you $200 million for 8 years. That's a lot. I'd rather throw that money to Kyle Tucker. Now, in this pursuit of Tucker, you can't forget about Cody Bellinger. You just can't forget him. Now, Cody Bellinger for the Yankees had a bounce back season, and what a year that was. Hit 272, 29 home runs, 98 RBI with the 813 OPS and a 125 OPS plus. Played an exceptional left field, an exceptional right field. But like what I said earlier, he's primarily a corner outfielder. If you are going to go after a corner outfielder, you might as well go after the best offensive corner outfielder on the market, and that's Kyle Tucker. That's who that is. Cody Bellinger, as I said last year, played 26 innings over there at first, did not play the best center field. If you're going after a corner outfielder, go get Tucker. That's who you get. In my opinion, that's who you try to get. Now, I also think Kyle Tucker, he's going to sign first, and then Cody's going to sign. I don't think Cody's going to sign before him. So as soon as that Kyle Tucker domino falls, the Cody Bellinger domino will fall. It's not like, in my opinion anyway, I don't think the Yankees, if they lose out on Tucker, there's still hope with Bellinger. There's still hope to sign him, but you have to make the top guy on the market, and Kyle Tucker, the priority. And I think he should be. Now, they're going to look to add a starter. We know they're interested in Michael King. They're going to look to add some bullpen arms. They have to build around what they got in Camilo Doval and David Bednar. They have to do it. And I don't know if that means bringing back Luke Weaver. He struggled last year. I don't know if that means bringing back a guy like Devin Williams. He's getting a lot of interest right now. A lot of interest. A lot of teams are very interested in signing Devin Williams. He pitched better for the Yankees in the second half of the season. He was okay. Is he a good fit here? Maybe not. But the Yankees have to figure out to shore up that back end of that bullpen. And there's a guy named Edwin Diaz on the free agent market. I think Diaz at the end of the day is going to go and end up a Los Angeles Dodger. They want to go and add a high leverage arm. He's the best high leverage arm on the market. They're not afraid of spending money, and I think they're going to go and spend money on Mr. Edwin Diaz. That's just my opinion. But if I'm also the Yankees, this is a guy who's pitched in New York successfully, I might add. I think it's worth at least talking to him, and I think the Yankees will talk to him. Now, the verdict. What do I think the Yankees are going to end up doing? Who do I think will end up a New York Yankee this offseason? I think Michael King ends up a New York Yankee this offseason. I really do. He liked being here. The Yankees liked having him here. You could kind of salvage a little bit of that Juan Soto trade by getting a guy back that you dealt in that deal. So I know you're going to have to pay him some money, but Michael King, I love the talent. When he's healthy, he's wonderful. I think there's a chance, and in my opinion, my prediction, he's going to end up a New York Yankee. Another prediction, Kyle Tucker is going to end up in pinstripes. Here's why. The Dodgers, they're going to be interested in him, but they're going to make adding a reliever, a high leverage reliever, a top priority. And it doesn't mean they're going to say, hey, we're not in on Tucker. He might just not be prioritized like they may prioritize an Edwin Diaz type pitcher. And that's what I think is going to end up happening. And the Yankees are going to seize the opportunity and go and sign Kyle Tucker. Yes, maybe he could go sign with the Phillies. I could definitely see that. But Brian Cashman has been very interested in Kyle Tucker for quite some time, over a year. He offered a big package for Tucker last offseason. Ben Rice, Luis Heel, and a choice of George Lombard Jr. or Jason Dominguez. At the end of the day, I think Brian Cashman is going to get his guy, and that will be Kyle Tucker. And it's going to be for a lot of money, but at the end of the day, he's a top 10 bat in Major League Baseball. I read you his numbers, what he did on the road last year. He was excellent in the first half of the season. When he's healthy, the kid is great. And assuming he's healthy, sign him to a long-term deal, smack him right in the middle of that lineup, put him at the top of the lineup in the 2-hole if you want, have him hit in front of Aaron Judge, bada bing, bada boom. That improves your lineup immensely. Kyle Tucker, in my opinion, is a great fit, and I think Brian Cashman will not let him get away, and he will be a New York Yankee. I don't think Paul Skenes is going to be a Yankee. I don't think Pittsburgh is going to move on from him, but the Yankees are going to try to make an effort to go and get Skenes. The Yankees, I don't think, are going to get Bo Bichette, but they will make a run at him. He just won't end up here. Now, Murakami, that's a hot topic. Murakami, Okamoto, those two are hot topics. The Yankees are going to make a run at both of them. I think Okamoto is the guy that you go and get. I'm going to say the Yankees go and get him. He could play first. He could play third. They're going to realize that. Yes, you have Ben Rice in there, who the Yankees view as their first baseman. But he could be used as a Swiss Army knife. That sounds silly because he only plays first and catcher. But that's very important. And you're going to want to have his bat in lineup as much as you possibly can. And Okamoto, he could play outfield. He could play outfield too. He could play first and third. I think the Yankees are going to flirt with that idea. And eventually, potentially, I think they could get him. But I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.